Why August 2025 is the month to look up. What if I told you that this August, the universe is putting on one of its grandest shows? From shooting stars lighting up the night sky, to rare planetary alignments you can see with the naked eye, to a glowing full moon larger than usual. August 2025 is not just another month. It's a celestial calendar of wonders. So grab your telescope or just your smartphone and get ready, because in this video, we're counting down the top 5 most spectacular space events happening in August 2025. And more importantly, we'll show you how, when, and where to watch them. Oh, and did I mention that one of these might just knock your socks off if you ray into photographing the moon? Welcome back to Cosmic Library, your weekly guide to the most mind-blowing wonders of the universe. Simplified and explained. Whether you're a backyard astronomer or just a curious stargazer, this month has something for you. So let's dive in. Overview. What's coming this month? 045. August 2025 is stacked with cosmic events, some you can see with your own eyes, some best captured through binoculars or telescopes, and all of them backed by astronomy. Here's a quick preview of what we'll cover in this video. 1. Perseids Meteor Shower, the most anticipated meteor shower of the year, peaking mid-August. 2. Venus-Jupiter conjunction, to bright planets appearing almost side by side in the evening sky. 3. Supermoon, a full moon closer to Earth, appearing bigger and brighter than usual. 4. Partial Lunar Eclipse, a dramatic bite taken out of the moon, visible in many parts of the world. 5. Neptune in opposition, the best time all year to see the most distant planet in the solar system. For each event, we'll explain what it is scientifically. Why does it matter? The best way to observe or photograph it. Ready to unlock August sky calendar. Let's begin with what might just be the most dazzling light show of the year. The first, the Perseids Meteor Shower. The night sky on fire. If you've ever wished upon a shooting star, this is your moment. The Perseids Meteor Shower, peaking around August 12th to 14th, is considered the most spectacular meteor shower of the year, and for good reason. Under dark skies, observers can expect to see up to 100 meteors per hour, streaking across the heavens like nature's own fireworks. Let's break down what it is, why it happens, and how you can get the best seat in the universe to watch it. What is the Perseids Meteor Shower? Meteor showers occur when Earth passes through the debris field of a comet, and in this case, the culprit is Comet 109P, Swift-Tuttle, discovered in 1862. This comet leaves behind a trail of dust and ice particles during its 133-year orbit around the Sun. Every August, Earth plows through this debris, causing particles, often no larger than grains of sand, to burn up in our atmosphere. The result? Bright, fast-moving meteors, often with long, persistent trails. The Perseids get their name because they appear to radiate from the constellation Perseus, which rises in the northeast after midnight. When and how to watch at peak viewing. August 12th to 14th. Best time, after midnight until just before dawn. Best locations. Northern Hemisphere, anywhere away from city lights. Pro tips for observing. No telescope needed. Just lie flat on your back. Give your eyes 20 to 30 minutes to adjust and look up. Try to find a location with dark skies. National parks or rural areas are perfect. Bring a blanket, a thermos, and enjoy the cosmic show with friends or family. For the best results, avoid bright moonlight. Thankfully, in 2025, the moon will be in its waning crescent phase, rising late, leaving most of the night sky dark. Fun fact, some Perseids travel at speeds over 58 kilometers per second. That is nearly 130,000 miles per hour. How to capture it on camera. Want to photograph the meteor shower? Here's a simple guide. Use a DSLR or mirrorless camera with a wide-angle lens. Mount it on a tripod, point toward Perseus or a dark part of the sky. Set exposure to 15 to 30 seconds, ISO approximately 1600, and shoot continuously. For smartphones, try apps like Nightcap iOS or Camera FV5 Android for long exposure settings. Even if you don't get a perfect photo, just watching a meteor streak across the sky in real time is unforgettable. Why it matters: meteor showers remind us that our planet is part of a vast, active solar system. They also inspire curiosity in astronomy and bring people together, whether in observatories or backyards. And each shooting star you see is actually a cosmic message from a 4.6 billion-year-old comet. Now that's something worth staying up for. Recap: event, Perseids Meteor Shower peak, August 12th to 14th best time, midnight to dawn expected rate, up to 100 meteors, our tools, naked eye, dark sky, long exposure camera optional location, best in northern hemisphere, rural or high altitude areas. Coming up next, a celestial rendezvous that's beautiful, rare, and visible right after sunset. The second, Venus meets Jupiter. A planetary date you can't miss. Imagine stepping outside just after sunset and seeing two of the brightest planets in the sky, side by side, like a pair of celestial eyes watching you. That's exactly what's going to happen on the evening of August 15, 2025, when Venus and Jupiter, the two brightest planets visible from Earth, come into close conjunction. This is one of the most photogenic and easy to watch events of the year. What is a planetary conjunction? In astronomy, a conjunction occurs when the celestial bodies appear very close together in the sky, as seen from Earth. They're not actually near each other in space. Venus is much closer to Earth than Jupiter, but their positions line up from our perspective, creating a stunning visual effect. Conjunctions of Venus and Jupiter are especially popular because both are exceptionally bright. You can see them even in city skies. They often appear only a fraction of a degree apart, closer than the width of the full moon. When and where to watch: event date, August 15, 2025 best viewing time, 30 to 60 minutes after sunset, low in the western sky, just above the horizon. How close will they appear? Less than 0.6 degrees apart. That's just over one moon diameter. Visual tip: even though they're close, Venus will appear lower and slightly brighter, while Jupiter will be slightly higher and have a creamy white hue. No telescope required. But with binoculars or a small telescope, you might see Jupiter's moons. You'll spot Venus as a bright crescent, depending on your optics. How to photograph the conjunction: this is a perfect target for amateur astrophotography, even with a phone. Use a tripod or stable surface. Set your phone to night mode or use apps like ProCamera or Camera FV-5 for more control. Include some foreground tree, skyline, building to frame the planets. Try a short exposure first, approximately 1 sec, to capture planetary dots without overexposing. Optional: track planetary motion over a few nights for a time-lapse effect. You'll see the two planets approach, meet, then separate again. Fun fact and cultural meaning: in ancient times, such planetary alignments were interpreted as omens or messages from the gods. Today, we know it's just orbital mechanics, but it's still a spectacular visual. Venus and Jupiter conjunctions occur roughly every 13 months, but not all are this close or this well placed in the evening sky. Recap: event, Venus-Jupiter. Conjunction date, August 15, 2025 time, shortly after sunset. Visibility, naked eye. Excellent from both city and countryside. Instruments, optional. Binoculars enhance the view. Highlight, a rare, elegant pairing of the brightest planets. The third, the August Supermoon, bigger, brighter, and breathtaking. Have you ever looked up at the full moon and thought, oh, is it always that big? Well, on August 19, 2025, you won't be imagining things. The moon will be closer to Earth than usual, a phenomenon called a supermoon, and it will appear up to 14% larger and 30% brighter than a typical full moon. Let's explore the science, the visual magic, and how to experience it to the fullest. What is a supermoon? The moon orbits Earth in an elliptical path, not a perfect circle. Its average distance is about 384,400 kilometers. But on perigee, its closest point, it comes as near as 356,000 kilometers. When a full moon coincides with perigee, we call it a supermoon. It is not a technical astronomical term. It was coined by astrologer Richard Null in 1979, but it is now widely used and accepted in astronomy education. Key trait: you'll notice the moon looking unusually large when it is just above the horizon. Thanks to the moon illusion, a perceptual trick our brains play on us. When and how to see it. Date: August 19, 2025. Best viewing time: moonrise and moonset. This is when the moon appears largest due to perspective. Check your local moonrise time roughly around sunset. Depending on your location, where to look: eastern horizon at moonrise, western horizon at moonset. Visibility: global. Anyone with clear skies will see it. How to photograph the supermoon. This is one of the easiest and most popular targets for beginner astrophotographers. Tips: use a DSLR with zoom lens to 100mm plus or a good smartphone with zoom. Include foreground objects, trees, buildings, mountains to emphasize the scale. Use a tripod to avoid blur. Best camera settings: ISO approximately 100 to 400, shutter speed 1/125th to 1/150th, f811. Smartphone bonus: use night mode or apps like ProCam, Halide, or Camera Plus with manual focus and exposure control. Did you know a supermoon can affect tides, increasing both high and low tide levels known as perigee spring tides? Some studies suggest minor correlations with sleep patterns and animal behavior, though nothing conclusive. The August 2025 supermoon is the second of 3 supermoons in a row: July, August, and September. But this one will be the closest to Earth. Recap: event, supermoon date, August 19th, 2025. Best time: moonrise. Moonset effect: appears approximately 14% larger, 30% brighter. How to observe: naked eye, binoculars, camera wear. Visible from nearly everywhere on Earth. The 4th, the August partial lunar eclipse, when Earth's shadow touches the moon just days after a glowing supermoon lights up the sky. It's the moon's turn to slip partially into darkness. On the night of August 28, 2025, skywatchers across large parts of the world will witness a partial lunar eclipse, when Earth casts its shadow on the moon, creating a slow-moving, celestial bite. It's not as dramatic as a total lunar eclipse, but it's still visually stunning, especially when paired with the right background or binoculars. What is a partial lunar eclipse? A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth passes between the sun and the moon, blocking sunlight and casting a shadow onto the moon's surface. There are 3 types: penumbral eclipse, barely visible, dimming; partial eclipse, a portion of the moon enters Earth's umbra; total eclipse, entire moon in umbra. A blood moon: this time, we get a partial eclipse, where up to 30% of the moon's disk will be covered by Earth's darkest shadow, the umbra. When and where to watch. Date: August 28th, 2025. Eclipse phases: UTC, penumbral begins, 1728 partial begins, 1830 for maximum eclipse, 1912. Partial ends, 1950. Penumbral ends, 2056. Visibility regions: best viewed from Eastern Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and the Pacific. Partially visible from parts of North America and Western South America. Not visible from Africa, Western Europe. Check local time conversions for viewers in Japan, Australia, or Vietnam. The eclipse will occur in the evening hours after sunset. How to observe it: you don't need any equipment, but to enhance the experience, use binoculars to see the crisp edge of Earth's shadow crossing the moon. A small telescope reveals subtle color gradients and topographical shadows on lunar craters. Try a time-lapse or series of still shots to document the progression. The contrast between the bright moon and the creeping shadow creates excellent photo opportunities, especially with city skylines or silhouettes in the foreground. Cultural and historical fun fact: lunar eclipses have fascinated humans for millennia. Ancient Mesopotamians believed eclipses were omens of change or divine warning. Aristotle used eclipses to prove the Earth is round, noting Earth's curved shadow on the moon. In modern times, eclipses are used in science outreach. They're safe to watch, easy to understand, and offer beautiful visuals. Unlike solar eclipses, lunar eclipses are totally safe to view with the naked eye. No filters or glasses needed. Recap: event: Partial Lunar Eclipse date: August 28, 2025. Time UTC: approximately 1834 to approximately 1950. Max coverage: approximately 30% of moon visible from Asia, Australia. Pacific. Best tools: naked eye, binoculars. Telescope photo tip: use landscape to frame the eclipse's progression. Coming up next, a far away blue world takes center stage, and it has your best chance to meet the most distant planet in our system. The fifth, Neptune in opposition. The distant giant comes into view. It's cold, it's dark, and it's nearly 4.5 billion kilometers away. But on August 28, 2025, the most distant planet in our solar system, Neptune, comes into opposition, offering us the best opportunity all year to observe it. It won't be bright or obvious, but with a little help from binoculars or a small telescope, you can see this ice giant, a silent, majestic world that orbits the outer reaches of our solar frontier. What does opposition mean? In astronomy, a planet is at opposition when it lies directly opposite the sun in the sky, as seen from Earth. This means the planet rises at sunset and sets at sunrise. It is at its closest approach to Earth for the year. It appears slightly larger and brighter than usual. Neptune, though massive 17 times Earth's mass, is so far away that even at opposition, it's not visible to the naked eye, but it's easily detectable with optics. When and where to watch date: August 28, 2025, same day as the lunar eclipse, double event. Visibility: global, best observed from dark sky locations. Where to look: in the constellation Pisces, rising in the eastern sky after sunset. Use a planetarium app like Sky Safari, Stellarium, or Sky Guide to locate Neptune precisely. Apparent magnitude: approximately 7.8. Needs optics. How to observe Neptune: even though Neptune is over 30 times farther from the sun than Earth, it's still accessible to amateur observers. Here's what you'll need: binoculars 10 by 50 or better. You'll see a faint bluish dot. Telescope 4-inch or larger. Resolve: Neptune is a tiny blue disk, distinguishable from stars by its color and steadiness. Look near bright stars in Pisces to orient yourself. Pro tip: don't expect storm bands like on Jupiter. Neptune is subtle, but beautifully serene, with its icy blue hue. Why Neptune matters: Neptune was the first planet discovered via mathematics, not direct observation, predicted by Urbain Le Verrier and Johann Galle in 1846. Its dynamic atmosphere includes supersonic winds, the fastest recorded in the solar system. It hosts Triton, a retrograde moon likely captured from the Kuiper Belt. Despite its distance, Neptune is a time capsule of the early solar system, and its study helps astronomers understand planet formation and migration. Even a simple view of Neptune connects you to that far frontier. Recap: event: Neptune in opposition date: August 28th. 2025. Visibility: global, best with binoculars or telescope. Location: constellation Pisces. Highlight: closest and brightest Neptune appears all year. Why it matters: rare window to glimpse the most distant planet. Final wrap-up: a month of wonders. From falling stars to glowing moons, planetary rendezvous, and distant giants, August 2025 is shaping up to be one of the richest months for skywatchers in recent memory. Whether you're an amateur astronomer, a night photographer, or simply someone who loves looking up, this is the perfect time to reconnect with the cosmos. So mark your calendars, prep your gear, and don't forget, the universe is always speaking. All you have to do is look up. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Cosmic Library, and comment below. Which event are you most excited to see this August? Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring, and keep wondering.